ready for more. You fired up, I'm fired up. Don't run from rap. 1, 2, 3. Hey. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. Game time. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I just got 20, I'm running on empty. This mobile that came from my money is silly. I feel like envy, not trying to be friendly. It is what it is, if you want me, come get me. Whenever you ready, no, I keep it steady. I get the W.
We're across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Washington football team. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing Rivers. That's complete to John Ross. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They just got that play off. Now Rivers buying time to his left. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Rivers on the move to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, throwing back across his body. Picked off down at the 2, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 25.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Prescott on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Check 13. Bang, 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 bang. Check out.
Now a toss right to Barkley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. First and goal from the 3.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get this. Chance. Show it up.
Barkley. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Conventional wisdom tells runners to work north and south and get upfield, but he was hoping he could win the race to the pylon. Excellent job of pursuit there by the defense, and they wound up knocking him backwards.
2nd down and goal. Rivers flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chase Young in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Hurt. 18, Pioneer. Exit. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Hurt. Big edge. Hey, alert 3.
Play fake. Rivers. Forced out to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Read it well, and it's picked. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Prescott off play action. He'll buy some time right. Thomas has got it. Complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that.
We're scoreless after 1.
You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Off the play fake, Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Azeez Ojulari drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit. Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Eluding the pressure right. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's go. 70 Lions. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Kill, kill, kill. Kill.
To throw is Rivers. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Azeez Ojulari picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Prescott from the gun. Flush to his right. He gets it to Thomas. He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Play action now. Prescott. Dancing to his left. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Tressway now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. That's returnable now for Smith. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Escaping the pressure right. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now Rivers. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he stopped up short of the 1st as they tackle him down at about the 36. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And now Prescott is going to be taken down. He couldn't get away, and that's a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that change.
Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying, make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Man, I got you. Rush in.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rivers. Oh, a strip. The ball comes out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is up to 5. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake here, Rivers. Rolling to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On play action, Rivers steps away. That ball caught by Slayton. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action. Rivers. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 2. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. Final play of the half. Prescott flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And you know what I think the defense is saying back to them? Why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
No. Off. 25.
Rivers. Eluding the pressure right. This will be caught just inside the 10. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Check flag 33. Check flag 33. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike, check 33. 33. I'm on.
To throw, Rivers. Being chased out left. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. And Godot's kick is right through. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On play action, Prescott. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. To throw is Prescott. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington has once again taken the lead. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A third quarter now, to 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing Rivers. Flushed out right. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Switch it, switch it. Buffalo 18. 56, the mic, boys, 56, go.
Play action now, Rivers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Check 9, check 9. 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler.
Rivers now. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Giants!
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Rivers is going to throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
He's going deep for Brown. He got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A huge play there for Washington.
Of note, that last throw right there, putting him over 3,000 yards passing now for the year.
And when you start running the numbers in your head and realize that we're not halfway done with the season yet, you think to yourself, could this be a 6,000-yard season? That's definitely on the table.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
There you go. Right, there you go. Check back 21. Watch the slant. There you go, 47. There you go, 47. 47.
Prescott off play action. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Gibson diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
Let's go, fellas.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing, Rivers, and he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Rivers sliding out of the pocket. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game. To throw is Rivers. Steps away to his left. Going deep downfield for Ross. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Whip. Watch the whip. Watch the safety creep.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Let's go now. Hawk 70. You, coming to you. 19, Tiger. Twist. Shift. Watch the shift. Ready.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
Check. 4 down. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. It's been a long day for you. Check. Switch. Smash.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready in the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together, make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair. Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot. So for the Giants, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3 and 5. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action.